Welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble. Please stand by for the upcoming fight. This time, the High Elves will face up against Dawi.
So welcome to another episode of Royal Rumble and thank you for tuning in. In this episode I'm playing the High Elves and I'm facing up against Dawi. So very interesting matchup over here, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's directly go to my army composition. So I thought I have to bring more heavy stuff. Of course everything on the High Elf roster is heavy, you can say. But I just brought units with armor piercing. So in the front line 3 groups of white lines of Krays. And directly behind that, I splitted them a little bit over here. Some Swordsmasters of Hold, 3 groups over here. So very elite everything. Then I have my Lord is Tyrion, and on the sides I have 2 nobles on a chariot. And as I said in a former video, or I'm not sure if I said that, but the noble has a anti-infantry bonus on a chariot. All of you know. The noble usually have a anti-large bonus on foot and on a horse, but if you put him on or if you take him with this chariot, he has a real anti-infantry bonus. Of course, every chariot is against infantry. It's designed to compete against infantry, but we have also here a bonus versus infantry of 20. So really cool and interesting over here. And I have on each side 1 noble on a chariot. And then last but not least, I have our Sun Dragon, because I thought I have a little bit of mobility with a dragon, and at least the dragon also causing armor piercing damage and is very strong and causing terror and fear, and so I thought I'd bring them. So as all of you know, the Dawi has not so much ability, or nearly no ability, except for the gyrocopters. But so I think a dragon against Dawi is a quite competitive pick. So I brought the Sun Dragon over here. So let's go to my opponent. We have in the front over here a group of cannons. Longbeards, 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 Great Weapon, Great Weapon, Great Weapon, Longbeards, and Longbeards. So very wide front line and a quite huge amount of a huge quantity of units over here. Directly behind it we have Iron Drakes. I'm not sure what's about over here. So Iron Drakes overall they're causing, of course, a huge amount of damage, 160, and the armor piercing amount is 4. When we have a splash damage over here, so 6. So I'm not sure how is the performance against very heavily armored High Elf units, but anyway, so he brought 2 units and we will see. Then we have Slayers over here, and hidden in this forest, Thunderers, 2 groups. And on the side, Iron Drakes with Trollhammer Torpedo. So, okay, set everything, and yeah, let's see how this works out. You can see I'm directly started to drive, or to run through the front line with my nobles. I tried to do the same like the Gorby's chariots from Chaos. But I overcommitted a little bit with my dragon over here. You can see my dragon took so much damage from the cannon, and also now from the Thunderers. And as I said, a mistake from my side. I overcommitted. Now he gets roasted also. You can see that. Really bad. So also a really not very bad gameplay from my side. A little overcommitment. But he actually took so much damage also in the beginning from the cannons. Now we have a charging over here. And actually the noble is, one of them goes down, you can see that on this side. One of them is already dead and down. But on this side I have another one. And yeah, let's see that. He's not so good like Gorby's chariots from Chaos. It's not by far. So it's just 1 unit also, and the chariot is not so good. So I tried to cause some trouble with the chariot and with my Tyrion and the back line, that Trollhammer torpedoes and the Thunderers cannot shoot constantly on my units. But overall, on this side you can see my Swordsmasters of Hoth get sandwiched quite heavy over here from my Longbeards and yeah, from all these Longbeards. In the middle we have also Longbeards with great weapon fighting against my White Lines of Grace. Against the White Lines of Grace of my opponent, of course. Then we have over here the Swordsmasters of Hoth perform really well, especially against the Longbeards. Because the Longbeards are a mid-range infantry unit of Dawi. They're causing armor piercing, they are very heavily armored also, but they are in fact a mid-range infantry unit, and the Swordsmasters of Hoth are really elite. So they can compete really well against the Longbeards. And also we have on this side over here just normal Longbeards, so without great weapons. These Longbeards causing no armor piercing over here. So my feeling was that the chariots were the chariot and the noble on the chariot is quite inefficient, so not so efficient, because I think he's causing not so much damage. Just one chariot, and yeah, I'm not sure. So you can see I drive so many times through this group of Thunderers and also these flame what's the name? Iron Drakes and stuff like that, and yeah, they are still online, still quite healthy, so in my opinion not so efficient. So the frontline fight runs quite well for me, so in the beginning I thought, okay, I will lose that because I lost my dragon quite early, but over here you can see the Swordsmasters of Hoth and the White Lines of Grace are really able to clean everything up, especially the Longbeards without armor piercing. So overall I managed to clean everything up on this side, also over here. It took some time, but finally I managed to win over here. So, yeah, also my first match with the High Elves against Dawi. So I'm not sure, but you can clearly see how the performance is very, very good. So I think for as a Dawi player, you also have to bring elite units, very elite units. I think Longbeards are not enough. You can bring Longbeards, but always with great weapons. So you need armor piercing against the High Elves. I don't think any. So you need armor piercing. Longbeards with great weapons and maybe hammerers and stuff like that, really expensive units, and I think then you can outnumber also the High Elf player, and then you are fine. I think this was the units performing really good. Of course, Longbeards always good, but it's not enough. So you can see even all this huge quantity of units. You can see over here. He brought nearly 900 units, and I had 500 units. So he had a lot of units more, but it's not enough. Even if he outnumbered me over here, the Swordsmasters of Hoth are so steady, and also the White Lines of Grace. The performance, you can see that. Not so much kills, but it's okay. But the Swordsmasters of Hoth, as you see, very good performance. So, thank you for tuning in this episode. Let me know what you think and see you on the next episode. Have a nice evening.